Okay, guys, we're going to try this one more time. Welcome back to a special episode of Gonz Sports Talk, where we not only talk about the Ravens, we talk about other teams in general in the NFL as a whole. And today is one of those special occasions. And as you can see, Gonz isn't. We're not doing split screen today. Gonz is right next to me. We're doing this live and in person because we also have a special guest joining us very, very soon. Gonz, how are you this evening, sir?
Doing wonderful. It's glad to be back. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but now we're back and we're ready to bring it.
We're ready. We're ready to bring it. Seems like our guest is ready to bring it. Let's see if it pops on in.
Oh, we should have asked him if he could hear us before we.
That is true. That is true. We should have asked that. I'm ahead of that.
Okay.
I can hear y'all.
Finally. And we got fireworks. So that means we're here to celebrate. We finally have audio, so because we need that in order to do the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is not new to the Gonz Sports Talk show. We had him on here last year, if I'm not mistaken.
2 years ago,
2 years ago,
2022, yeah.
Around that time, yeah. So he's not new, but his squad is new because they made a lot of different changes going into this upcoming season. Welcome him back, Rashad. Rashad, how are you on this good evening, brother?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be back.
We are glad to have you back because we're here to talk your squad, man. We're here to talk Patriots. Obviously, wait, Gonz, do you want to
finally living up to our name of around not only everything Ravens, but around the NFL.
Pretty much,
we're living up to our name now, talking New England Patriots. I remember we had some fun takes a couple of years ago. I'm going to bring those up at the end. He knows what I'm talking about. But let's talk about 2025 New England Patriots. Why don't we just get started? Okay, off season, you had a tough year last year. Not expected to do well, but you did get a handful of wins. Was it 4 or 5? I can't remember. Drake May,
like 5.
5,
yeah.
Okay. Drake May, your starting quarterback. A lot of changes in the offseason. So let's hear it. What do you think about your Patriots? How have they handled the offseason?
Well, I mean, I've been telling Dom I think we can get 10 wins, right? I think as the roster is constructed, I think we went really heavy on defense, and I like that. We addressed the pass rush. We got a cornerback too, opposite of Gonzo. And then we addressed the O-line. Like, the O-line was a big question mark too. That's why we got Will Campbell really early in the draft, right? So we'll see how that turns out. I know it's a lot of pressure for a rookie. He's protecting Drake May's blind side. But we also picked up a veteran on the opposite end of the line, Morgan Moses, right? So I'm glad we're addressing areas of need. And I get that they're not necessarily the sexy positions, but we also, I mean, we got Stephon Diggs too, right? So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I really think this team can get 10 wins, and we might sneak into the playoffs. Who knows?
Yeah. So let's back all the way back to March. You talked about Stephon Diggs, a couple of the free agent signings. Carlton Davis, right? Didn't you get him in the secondary to pair with Gonzalez, so going opposite side? The Patriots defense has always been solid. I don't know what you think, Dom. So they're kind of just adding on to it. Juwan Bentley is a free agent, though, right? Or is he still on the Patriots? Okay.
He's gone. Yeah, we replaced him with Spillane.
Okay. That's right. They got Spillane from Pittsburgh, a very solid pickup, somebody who gave us issues as Ravens fans. So they really did some things in the free agency grade. What would you give your Patriots for free agency, letter grade?
I'd say maybe a B+, because we really didn't grab any Pro Bowlers outside of Diggs. I mean, Carlton Davis is an All-Pro, right? But outside of that, we just, I mean, and Milton Williams had a year with the Eagles, but I don't know if that was scheme or if that was him, right? So, like, a lot of that's yet to be seen. So I said B+. We got a passing grade.
I think that's a solid. Yeah, I think that's a solid grade to give them. Although you guys didn't pick up like big names, you guys filled in a lot of gaps. That kind of with veterans, who know what they're doing, who are not new to this, and you picked up a Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? So I mean, you got some names on like both sides of the ball. As far as I know, we keep going back to Diggs. Now, Diggs is a veteran receiver, been with Josh Allen, been with C.J. Stroud, previously, of course, started off on the Vikings, made a name for himself, and then, kind of been. Do you feel as though Diggs, how big of an impact do you feel like Diggs is going to have on this team along with Drake May? Because Drake was he wasn't having a terrible year when he finally took the helm. He was having a really good year, you know what I mean? But the weapons just weren't fully there. But now you have somebody. And plus, you guys picked up, I know you mentioned earlier when we were at work, Travion Henderson, who could be a really good back to help with I forgot Ramondre Stevenson, who does have that starting spot. So, how big of an impact do you expect Diggs to have on this receiving core?
Well, I think it's gonna be huge. I've been looking at OTA videos, and I'm watching Diggs go through the drills, and then every other receiver go through the drills. It's like night and day. Like you can tell he's a wide receiver one, and you can see the rest of these guys are like twos and threes. Like the speed and the precision and the way he just comes to work every day is just so different. And I think his work ethic is going to translate to all of these other guys that aren't used to winning. Diggs has been in big games. He's been in big playoff games, right? A lot of these guys haven't even seen the playoffs, right? So I think Diggs he's just gonna elevate the team, and he might not be Minnesota Diggs or he might not even be Buffalo Diggs, but any Diggs that we have out there is going to be better than what we had last year. So I think it's going to be a huge upgrade.
Is there any concern with him coming off the injury? Although he has been working. I've also seen some of these off-season videos. He's been putting in that work. He has not been slacking this summer. Like, he's been working. So, but do you still feel as though there's any, concern with him coming off the injury, going into this season, I got to be wide receiver one, you know what I'm saying, coming off of what happened last year when he was on the Texans?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's projected to play week one. I don't know if that's a stretch. Only he knows how he's feeling, right? We've been real careful with him. I guess we'll just see in training camp. But yeah, I'm totally concerned, bro. A contact injury like that, it's scary, right? And it ends careers, right? So I just gotta hold out hope and cross my fingers.
Did you have anything else going on?
Nice. I'm good on free agency.
Okay, got you. All right, so let's talk about this draft because you guys spent a lot of money, but you also had a good amount of draft prospects this year. And we spoke on. Now, Ramondre was seen as having a little bit of a fumbling problem over the years. So you pick up Travion, who is a really good young star coming into the league. How do you think those two guys are going to complement each other on the field? Do you see more split carries? Do you still see Ramondre carrying more of the bulk? How do you feel about this duo running backs that you guys have now?
Well, I think a third down back. I think Henderson might return kicks and punts because I don't know what his time was at the combine, but he's pretty fast. So he's going to be like a change of pace back. And like you said, Ramondre had a issue, so he's got to. And I know we're talking about the draft, but I do want to Kyle Williams. We drafted in the late rounds, like fourth round or bugging. Yeah. But I think because he's also in OTAs. But back to your original point, I think Anderson, he's a great pass blocker. He's a great catcher out the backfield, and I think it'll be a nice 1-2 punch. Almost similar to what the Lions have.
Okay, that's cool. So Dom and I talked about a bunch of Ravens picks. We covered all our picks on the draft. We covered Malachi Starks, Mike Green. We said that they're going to break out. We think that Malachi Starks is going to be the next Kyle Hamilton. Mike Green's going to be could be. I said this could be the next Terrell Suggs. Could be. Don't quote me on. I said he will. I said he could if things pan out correctly. First of all, we got to sign him. I don't know what we're doing with the guaranteed contract. Second round is a disaster. Yes. That's something else we got to talk about later, which we will. But anyway, so we talked about all these guys who we think could easily break out. So I have a question that's going to be split into Part A and Part B.
Okay.
Part A. Who do you think is going to be your clear breakout player of the draft? That's the easy part.
I don't know, man. I can't say Will Campbell because linemen don't really break out, right? So
but that could be an answer. He could be a solid tackle. Ronnie Stanley settled in very nicely when we got him back in the day.
I feel as though I feel as though that's a good answer though, because I feel like they can have like for our second round pick last year, Roger Rosengarten, like he came into that right tackle spot and immediately was like an impact as soon as he got there. So if you want to say Will Campbell, I mean, he could have a great first year, you know.
Well, I mean, because I want to say him because he's an immediate upgrade because we had a revolving door at left tackle last year. We brought in a guy that retired as soon as we brought him in. We brought in another guy that led the league in holding and false starts. Then we got another guy that is not a starter. So it was literally a revolving door. So with Will Campbell, we have some stability, and anything he can bring will be better than last year. I mean, I know I could go offense. I could go Henderson. I could go Williams. I could even go one of the safeties we drafted, right? But I'm looking at Will Campbell because he's going to keep Drake upright.
He is protecting that blind side.
You have to have that consistency. That's the most important position in the offensive line for the quarterback.
I mean, he's protecting that blind side. You mentioned Williams. Haven't done too much research on him, but he does get added to that receiving core. Have you done any digging into him? Like, how are you feeling about him being another weapon for Drake May?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he came from Washington. Don't quote me on that, but his college tape looked really good, but we're not good at drafting receivers. So I mean, I've got to hold my breath on that. He could just turn out to be N'Keal Harry 2.0, you know, for all I know, right? So that's why I was hesitant to even name him. Our track record with receivers is not good. I mean, Demario Douglas is okay, right? But like you look at last year's draft, we drafted Javon Baker, who finished his rookie year with 12 yards. Then we drafted Jalen Polk, I think second round. He finished with maybe 200 yards. Both of those guys really were underwhelming, right? So that just adds to my point.
Yeah, and well, actually, you think about it. Back even at the late Brady days, he's right. They didn't really draft anybody good. All their leading receivers. Oh, Julian Edelman was a good draft.
I mean, he turned out to be
but that was a long time ago. But yeah, his leading receivers were Danny Amendola, free agency pickup, Brandon Cooks, free agency pickup, and Edelman, who was there for a while. So yeah, he's got a point.
Go back, Wes Welker, Randy Moss. Like we didn't draft these guys.
Yeah, they didn't draft them. That's
do you feel as though?
I got a second part.
I'm sorry. Did you want to go to that?
There was a second part.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Before you branch off. Okay, so you picked a guy who's going to break out, right? And that's going to be Will Campbell. Now, who's your sleeper pick? Somebody that not that's kind of flying under the radar, doesn't have a ton of hype. Somebody that you personally think could have a great season. I know Dom and I talked about LeJontay Wester for our team from Colorado. So who on the Patriots do you think has a possibility to become a breakout player out of the draft?
Is it of the draft? I think his name is Efton Chisholm. Efton Chisholm the third. I think he went undrafted, but I think we signed him after the draft, right? He looked great at OTAs, and he's giving like shades of Wes Welker and Danny Amendola, right? So like he could be like our next slot guy because he's just so shifty. So I think Efton Chisholm is going to be the guy. Like I've heard great things coming out of camp from him, so I hope he makes the team, and I think he'll be good.
All right, there you go, folks. Breakout player Campbell and Chisholm as the sleeper player. We'll see what
check back to the season too. Yeah. Just add that. But as far as I know we spoke on the Patriots not having the greatest track record with receivers. Do you feel as though now with Mike Vrabel at the helm, do you feel as though that changes the mindset of the team now? Because Belichick ran the show for decades. Like
Mike Vrabel is a great pickup, by the way. I like the move.
Yeah, so like Belichick was pretty much GM, coach, owner. Like he was doing everything. So you get it feels like almost a whole culture shift now that you have Vrabel. So do you feel as though the mindset changes now that Vrabel is at the helm as the head coach?
Well, I mean, look at what we had last year. We had a first-year head coach last year, and he was a player's guy, but like he wasn't ready for that. Vrabel's a guy that has coached, and he's coached playoff teams. He's a he's a leader of men, right? So you can already know what to expect from him. Just look at his time with the Titans. He was even with the Browns. He wasn't a head coach of the Browns too. I'm excited for Vrabel. Like, I just think some of the decision making late game, or maybe the aggressiveness to go for it. I'm excited to see, because if you remember when Vrabel went to the Titans, he turned them around with Ryan Tannehill, right? Like, he made the Titans relevant again. Sure, they had AJ Brown and the Derrick Henry, but Vrabel was there for that. The Titans were like playoff teams, and I mean, no shade, but they beat you guys, right?
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I knew it, because I already knew, because he brings it up. So I knew he was gonna say it. It's all right. You're right though. You're right.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for Vrabel, because like he knows what he's doing. No shade to Gerard though, but Mike knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
Former Patriot too.
Former Patriot. I felt bad for Gerard though. Like, I feel as though I feel like with him, and you can, and I want to hear you on this too, real quick. Like, do you feel as though he was given a fair shot? Like, after you give him 1 year, but then after you move on from him, look at the moves you guys made. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel as though he was given a fair shot, or do you think like maybe the Patriots should have waited until after they made all these moves and see what he would have did with the with the changes you guys made?
I don't think he was given a fair chance. One and done. You can't. And then look at the rosters, like bottom of the league. What is he supposed to do with that? But also, he kind of shot himself in the foot with the media, because he was throwing a lot of people under the bus. After games,
Yeah.
he would throw players under the bus. He would throw coaching staff under the bus, and then maybe like that Monday following the game, he would retract. He would go back and act like he didn't say it. So his media presence wasn't great, and I'm sure that didn't help with the team's record. And then the decision making, it was like, well, Jacoby's starter the whole season, and then you pull Jacoby week 3, week 4. Now we have Mayan, and the plan was to sit Drake. Like, the messaging wasn't consistent all season with him. So I think that really hurt him.
Yeah, because I would just, as I looked at, like, you guys made, as soon as free agency said go, you guys were making moves. You know what I'm saying? And you guys had money. You weren't broke. So you're not paying nobody. So if you got the money, spend it, right? But I don't know. I feel like Mayo and Gonz, you can give your points on this too. But I just don't think Mayo was given the time. You know what I mean? Or maybe just to settle in as the coach. Because I feel like the shelf life for coaches in any major sport is pretty much just like a rotating. It's like a rotating chair at this point. Like, they're just in and out.
Well, he was cleaning up the mess that Belichick left a couple of years ago. And we already were talking about that. How Belichick was going down dangerous paths.
He was.
Back when you were on with us a couple of years ago, how he wasn't doing Mac Jones any justice. And look where Mac Jones is now.
See? And I told you, I don't think Mac Jones got a fair shake, man. Honestly.
Bro, I was Mac Jones' biggest supporter, bro.
I
wanted
time it worked.
Successful so bad, but like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know, but it was written in the contract that Gerard Mayo would be the successor when Belichick left. Like, so as soon as Belichick was gone, it was written in the contract that Mayo would be the next head coach. And I don't know. I figured that was a little premature, given that he's never been a head coach before. But I guess Kraft did that because the players like Mayo so much. But sometimes it's not about what the players like. Sometimes it's about what's right for the team.
Yeah, somebody who has that right system to run with those guys.
Every cliche sports movie there ever is. The new coach comes in, everybody hates him. He's awful. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, but like I said, you guys made a plethora of moves. Do you want to move on to AFC East, or do you have any other questions?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So now that we talk about you guys' moves, let's talk about your division. As a whole. So obviously your division didn't do too much shaking up. But I mean, you get a new quarterback on the Jets. Justin Fields signs a deal to be the new quarterback for the Jets. Josh Allen is indeed Josh Allen, and he's still on the team. And I'm trying to think. Who's on the team on the AFC East again?
Bills.
Bills,
Patriots,
Dolphins. Okay, and Dolphins.
Yeah.
Tua is still Tua. I know you have your thoughts on Tua. I know you don't think he's like the top of the shelf, but how do you feel the Patriots stack up in this AFC East? Because I feel as though like nobody else in the division did what you guys were doing on both sides of the ball as far as making moves.
Division is Buffalo's to lose. I think we all understand that Buffalo is probably winning the division, right? That's not breaking news. That's not right. And I also think the Jets finish last in the division again because that is a terrible organization. But I think with the Dolphins, I don't know, bro, because Tua has our number. I've really been back and forth on it because we can't beat Tua. Belichick couldn't even beat. Tua was like 4-0 against Belichick, right? But it might even be worse. But Tua's undefeated against Belichick, and we have a hard time beating him. So I think we might finish third. If not third, then maybe like right on the Dolphins. But they really didn't make too many crazy moves. I know they lost Jalen Ramsey. They lost Jonnu Smith.
They did.
They got Minka, right? Von Miller's out of our division now. I don't know if you guys saw he just signed with the Commanders.
Didn't see that. Washington Commander.
So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of I feel like it's a lot of margin moves. Nothing that really scares me, but I know Tua has our number, so that's why I put us third. Like we have a hard time beating Tua.
So do you feel as though what's the record against the teams? Like do you feel like you'll split against most, or do you feel like one might sweep, or do you feel like you could potentially get a sweep? Like how's the record shaking out for you guys in the AFC East?
I think Buffalo sweeps us. I don't think we're there yet. We're close, but we're not there yet. When we played them last year, we went up 14-0 on them or 17-0 on them, but then we just couldn't score anymore. I think we sweep the Jets. I'm not sold on Justin Fields. I'm sorry. And then I think we split with the Dolphins. I think we finally beat Tua. I think we split with the Dolphins.
Okay. So earlier you said 10 wins is your ceiling. Would you say that's your ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay. What about your floor? Everything goes wrong, nothing pans out. What's your absolute worst?
Maybe 6 wins. I think we get more than we had last year with this roster. Six or 7. Because I'm telling you guys, you got to look at our schedule. It is like super soft, right? Like there are a lot of layups on that schedule. You know, like we've got the Raiders, we've got the Saints, we've got the Panthers. Like we've got the whole. I think we've got the whole AFC North.
I believe so.
Yeah.
You play the Bengals?
I play the Steelers like week 1 or 2. We play you guys late December. I mean the Browns. That's another, right? But I don't know. I think 6 or 7 is the floor.
Yeah. And you brought up the game against Baltimore. Now you knew we have to ask you this. How do you think?
Sure. Look, I've been telling Dom all week. I think we win if you guys come in there. Listen. I think we win if you guys come in there and overlook us. If you guys think, oh, this is the easy win. This is a W on the schedule. If you guys come in there thinking like, look what happened to Cincinnati. Look what happened to Cincinnati last year. We beat them, right? So all I'm saying is, if y'all come in there thinking it's gonna be a cupcake, we got y'all. You know what I mean?
Here's my rebuttal to that. Cincinnati, that was week 1, and they struggle in September. That's in December. The Ravens' mindset changes in December. They start to lock in about every opponent they play.
I
don't think it's going to be a pretty game, personally.
We've been having at work.
He's right though.
I told him we've been having these debates at work like these past couple of days now, and I told him. Now, mind you, the Patriots have to come to the bank.
Yeah.
In December, around crunch time, I wholeheartedly do not believe the Patriots will come into our house and win the game. That's just me, in my honest opinion.
If the game was not in December, I would say your point about us taking them lightly could be more valid, because the Ravens do that in October. They did to Cleveland last year. They did it to the Raiders. They did it to a lot of teams early in the year. I just think having that game in December is what will be the downfall for the Patriots for that game.
I think my counter argument to that is I've seen Gardner Minshew give you guys a run for your money.
Again, September.
Even still, Gardner Minshew gives you guys issues, right? Drake May is a better QB than Gardner Minshew, correct? Then
you're not wrong.
Then we got Mike Vrabel, who has played you guys a lot, right? He might know a little thing or two on how to beat you guys. He beat you guys in the playoffs. I mean, I know there's a little rivalry there with Vrabes and Harbaugh, right? So like he might, scheme some. I say it all the time: scheme beats team, right? Like so. I mean, you never know.
And he did coach Henry, right? He did coach Derrick Henry, so that could be. I mean, you're not wrong. We're taking all these things into account.
Maybe Derrick Henry could share some secrets too.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe some holes in Mike Vrabel's game plan. You know what I mean? Like we don't.
DeAndre Hopkins. Oh no, he wasn't there for Vrabel, was he? No.
Was he out there for Vrabel?
No.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, let's be real. Like we said, it's close to that crunch time, right? It gets close to that time where playoffs is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm looking at the schedule right now, right, we play you guys week 16. You know what I mean? So
4 days before Christmas. Wow.
4 days before Christmas. You know what I mean? You know how we play close to holidays. So I'm just saying. I was just saying.
Anything's possible. I've seen crazier. Anything's possible. I don't know what you guys think. I've seen Cam Newton beat you guys. COVID year, you guys came to New England. Cam beat you guys. Sunday night, possible. So.
But again,
Mac Jones was in a shootout with you guys. Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones.
I was going to ask you about that game. That was going to be my fun question. Back in 22, this was right after we met with him.
I remember that because didn't he gritty into the end zone with that Gesicki?
And we were down 20-7 against Mac Jones.
Against that Mac Jones.
But again, that was before we got all. That was when Prochet was a starter.
You got to look at the weapons.
That was a terrible squad. Terrible squad.
Did you see our weapons? Nelson Aguilar? Come on, bro. That was our wide receiver too. He fumbled the game away for us.
You had Kendrick Bourne. You had Nelson Aguilar. You had. Who else did you have? Hunter Henry, right?
Was it Gesicki or Hunter Henry at the time?
I think it was Henry.
It was Henry. We still had Gesicki. We had Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers.
Got 100 yards. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was playing like he retired though. But anyways, yeah. That game was like I remember I had to work that day and like it was like so back and forth. And then I remember Aguilar had broke free for like a long game, and I think Hamilton came and punched it out, and I was like, no.
Actually, it was Marcus Peters. I remember.
It was Peters who did it?
Marcus Peters.
Oh,
Peters.
Dude.
Yep.
I kind of miss him on the
He
team.
came up and knocked it out from behind, and somebody fell on it.
I don't know who it was.
It might have been Hamilton. It might have been Hamilton fortunate and Peters
And
recovering.
Peters fell on it?
I don't know.
It could have been.
I was losing my mind watching that game. I was kicking. I was punching the wall, and then I was yelling at the TV.
Okay, so we've been in some battels. You know what I mean? Roy Patriots have been in some battles.
Go back to the Flacco days.
Yeah, man.
Listen, it's will it be a cakewalk? Probably not. But all I'm saying is, I just don't. If it's going to be a dogfight, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we inch it out at the end.
20-17, if it's a nasty game.
If it's a nasty game, depending on weather, because weather's a factor. You know what I mean? But
I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think what we're going to do is just run the ball.
I mean, that could be the case.
Running the ball.
Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, depending on how the backs are doing by that time of the year, you know what I mean? Especially with having Ramondre plus Travion, how you guys are utilizing them both. Could be a run. It could be a run-heavy game.
Yeah.
Have to see because it's going to be cold. You know what I mean? At the bank. He's going to that game, by the way. He said he was going.
Oh, all right. I might go. I'm not sure.
He said he was going.
That's a great game to go to.
It's going to be a funny game to go to, for sure. Because it's going to be funny because somebody's going to be upset when we come into work that next week.
You should take my tickets, though.
Somebody's not going to be happy when we come into work that week. And then we have to,
I hope it's not me.
But
I hope it's not.
for our sake, I kind of hope it is because we got to stack those wins going to the playoffs. But we're speaking way ahead of the future. So did you have anything else?
I just want to ask you one more thing, and this is just about. Actually, I have two over/under questions actually, and then my question on the Baltimore Ravens. Over/under. I almost said Mac Jones. Drake May. 24 touchdown passes. You taking the over? You taking the under?
I'll take the over. I'll take the over because he's going to start the whole season.
Okay.
I'll take the over.
So he takes a big step forward. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about your rookie running back, Travion Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
3 receiving touchdowns. Over under.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
I don't know how we're gonna use him yet. I'm gonna go under.
So I feel like didn't he catch a ton of passes at Ohio State? I always thought he was.
I believe he was perceived as a receiver.
Okay, so you're gonna go under. Not sure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't because we also have Antonio Gibson still on the roster from last year. So like I don't know how that's gonna look too.
Okay. Okay, so he's taking the under for receiving touchdowns for the rookie, and he's taking the over for 24 touchdowns for Drake May. Okay, all right. Now let me get to my last question. I just want to ask the fun one for a second. The Baltimore Ravens. Is this their year they finally get over the hump and win the Super Bowl?
I just don't think y'all do it with Harbaugh as the coach.
So
I think as long as he's the coach, I think it's gonna be like something like some clock management issues, some decision go for it, and you shouldn't. I don't know, man. I've seen enough head scratching things from him. He's got to know where skeletons are buried or something, because there's no way he's still the coach. Like he does a lot of questionable things.
So you're saying it's going to be another playoff blunder?
Well, I mean, it seems like it's always something, right? Like you go back to 2 years ago, you guys versus the Chiefs. Lamar looked like he was scared to scramble, but like that was like a coaching decision, right? Like I guess they told him not to scramble. Like what was?
That will always be one of the most mind-boggling decisions I've ever seen in a football game. After running the ball for 30-plus times for over 200 yards just 6 days prior in your first playoff win, and then you go to your AFC Championship game at home, the biggest game in recent history, and you give the backs 3 handoffs. I just don't understand it. I will never, ever understand. Gus Edwards, 2 carries or 3 carries for 25 yards because he had 1 long run.
Well, then I guess
anyway,
the Bills' loss, I feel like wasn't really coaching.
Agreed.
I can't too many coaching decisions. I just think you guys were playing to lose. Like you guys made a lot of mistakes. I feel like the fumbles, the turnovers, the drops, like it just stacks. And the Bills, they were just playing conservative. Like that was a winnable game. Like I don't know, man. It seems like
I think we score and take the lead and win, but that's just me.
There's so many in that game that went wrong that the rights at the end of the game didn't really make up for it. Like we get there, you know what I'm saying? Lamar leads a maestro kind of drive to get down the field, score a touchdown, bring us within 2. You draw up a perfect 2-point conversion play because Andrews is butt naked, wide open. Like you can't get more wide open than that. You know what I'm saying? And Lamar hits him in the chest, but drop. You know what I mean? That playoff loss. I mean, you really just have to look. Just the team. The team just made a lot of mistakes.
And Lamar fumbled in the first half.
Lamar fumbled. He
inexcusable.
You know what I mean? Andrews fumbled. You know what I mean? Like,
oh God,
it just wasn't a good game. It was not a good game for us in that divisional round. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the opponent. I don't know if it was just like the atmosphere we were playing in. I believe we were in Buffalo, if I was not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. But that game last year was just absolutely bad on our part. Like, as a fan, you just have to be honest and say the team just did not perform to the standards that they're usually performing against. And they started off rough last year, defensively, because the defense was giving up. All three of us, without warming up right now, could have caught 100 yards on that defense last year. Like, it was that bad. You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
I mean, it's true. It was true. Like, I love the team, but you got to be honest. Like, we were not good defensively to start the season, and then we turn it around, get some wins under our belt. We go into the divisional and went to bed.
Like, that Chiefs game, I will never, ever, ever figure out what happened.
I don't know either.
I would love to go back in time. If we ever get time travel, I want to go back in time, and I want to go attend those meetings that week and see why we didn't run the ball with our running backs. I
don't know.
After the 100-some yards just 5 days or 6 days ago against Houston, I don't know. It's like lose.
It's the Chiefs. Like,
when you don't run the ball.
You guys do, like, crazy things when you play the Chiefs. Like, Patrick Mahomes has to own real estate in Lamar's head and John Harbaugh's head. Like, you guys play so strange against the Chiefs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Well, we got a date with them in week 4 next year, so we'll see what happens.
We do. I mean, we've seen them in the regular season before.
And we played well against them in the regular season. It's the playoffs. I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's just
playoff Ravens always come to, and I said this earlier, I'm never picking this team to win a playoff game of matter until they show me they can do it. Because I had them against the Bills. There was no excuse to lose it. Did you have us winning against the Bills? I can't remember what you predicted.
I did. I thought we were going to beat the Bills.
I am not picking them again. I think we're going to beat the wild card. We get the division. I'm picking a loss until they show me that they can beat these teams. It's the Bills. It's the Chiefs. You have to get past somebody to go to the Super Bowl. And until they show me they can do it, I'm not picking them. Done. Because they break my heart every season. Every season they do.
I mean,
but anyway,
I can't blame you. I mean, I cannot.
That was my vow on the post-game show after the Bills. I'm not picking this. I don't trust this team in the playoffs until they show me how they can do it. They got to earn my trust back because I'm not picking them to do it.
I mean, you ain't lying.
Yeah, but anyway, how do we get on this rant?
Well, we started with the playoffs, and then you kind of went in there.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's good. It's fine. I mean, the wound is still kind of fresh. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be fresh going into a new season, but, it still hurts either way.
The past 2 hurt.
The past 2 did hurt. We lost in terrible fashion both times. Like really bad fashion both times. And it was bad. It was bad. But, yeah, man, so I know you said that you probably don't feel as though you don't trust Harbaugh at this time, which, I mean, has he done much to garner trust these past couple of years? I mean, he still has a job, so apparently ownership feels that way. But do you feel as though, as currently constructed, when you look at this Ravens roster, do you still feel as though that they are still a Super Bowl contending team heading into the 2025 season?
Well, they're one of the best teams in football regular season. They're one of the best teams in football in the regular season. I don't know, man. I guess I don't trust Lamar in the playoffs either because he also makes like a lot of mistakes. But I think regular season you guys are like really good. MVP caliber. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat most of the time. And like you handle business, but like sometimes in the playoffs, man, it's just like crazy things that like the first time he played the Bills, I think Lamar got knocked out with a concussion. And he threw a pick six. That was crazy. The year you guys lost to the Titans, that was crazy. That was his MVP year, lost to the Titans. Then it was the Chiefs game we just talked about, the Bills game we just talked about. It feels like there's always some head scratching moment in these games,
Yeah, it gets to that
fundamentals.
Point. Yeah, I mean,
fumbling is football 101. Holding the ball, catching the ball is football 101. They teach the little leagues that.
I mean,
right?
That's why I think was one.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's hard to determine what, like Gonz said earlier, like if we could be in those meetings and know exactly what's being said for the game plan going into these playoff games. Because it seems as though, like, when you look at certain teams, like when we face the Texans, for example, for some reason, we always dog walk the Texans for like they just don't have a game plan to stop us, but we just know how to stop them. Like when we played them in the playoffs, did we play them? We played them in the playoffs 2 years ago to get
You
to
lost.
the AFC Championship. Correct. Yeah, and we pretty much beat them, right? And then last year, who did we play in the first round before we played the Bills?
Pittsburgh.
We played Pittsburgh in the first round. We dog walked them. But when we get to that second round, or we need to get a second win, we just kind of like, it's weird. Like you said, it's like a freak accident happens every time. And it's just weird how they get to that point. And it's like they forget what got them there. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to make an argument. It's the turnovers for mine.
I mean,
the turnovers, in my opinion, are just the game wreckers. And they're stupid, silly turnovers. Dropping the football, Lamar just throwing the deep ball right to the defense. You don't see Allen doing that. You don't see Chiefs doing that.
I mean, not in the playoffs, but Allen did.
Okay, yeah, you did.
I just want to note that.
Not
Allen
in the
did have an
playoffs,
interception problem.
but you don't see that kind of stupidity from Kansas City or Buffalo in the playoffs. You don't. And that's why they're always there.
It was like Lamar will get frustrated and try to force things. Like I remember there was a play against the Chiefs in the playoffs, and it was 3 Chiefs defenders down there. And I think he tried to force it to Zay, and of course it was picks, right? Like,
but that the Isaiah Likely play?
Well, yeah.
Likely play, yeah. He threw the like triple coverage trying to get the end zone. And okay, it should have been pass interference, but still, like, you just don't throw that, in the clutch. I don't know. I don't know what his mindset was. I think this year though, like I saw Lamar without Zay Flowers last year. Rashad Bateman goes down in that game. He took the second string, third string receivers. And, I mean, he walked down that Buffalo defense in the fourth quarter to get them within 2. I mean, I'm just like, you get, like, there's moments that it's not like he can't handle it. He's done it. Like, we've seen it. He's made comebacks. He's able to overcome mistakes. It's just that, it's just like, again, freak accidents happen. Like the Andrews drop, mind-blowing to me when it happened. Like I quite literally could not believe he dropped that pass. In the end zone.
He fumbled the ball.
I can't either because he was doing a back cut or something, trying to be shifty, and then the defender said, give me that, and then he just went it out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like this roster, the roster is constructed well this year again, as it was. I mean, I would say I feel like the roster we had 2 years ago is a little bit better, but the roster's constructed well. I think they can still try to contend. I feel like we can win it this year. Obviously, I say that every year, so I'm obviously a delusional fan sometimes, but I mean, when you're a top 5 team every year for the past couple of years, it's kind of hard to overlook that, Yeah. So. We're just going to have to see. We're going to have to see what they do in the playoffs this year. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I believe we covered all the topics. Yeah, we covered everything.
All right.
Rashad, is there anything else you want us to know about the Patriots this season? You said they're getting 10 wins. We're going to have to revisit this, too, at the end of the season.
Is that enough for a playoff spot, 10 wins?
In the AFC?
I don't think so. I think we just miss it. I think we get 10 wins, but I think we still miss the playoffs because, like, the other teams are going to be so much better. But I do think we can get to 10. Some crazy can happen. We could backdoor our way into a wild card spot, but I don't think 10 is going to be enough.
It's just the AFC is so stacked, man. Like, you got Josh Allen in your division, and then you got Lamar, the Ravens, Burrow, you know what I mean? The Steelers somehow always seem to make it every year. Don't know how they keep doing it, but they do it. The Chiefs, the Chargers could sneak in again, like even though, they're the Chargers. Let's see, I'm trying to think. AFC South, the AFC South, I mean, Texans. You got the Texans.
The Jags.
Jags could be something this year, just depending on what Trevor Lawrence does.
Think so.
Oh, well, no faith in the in the Jags.
No. Well, I don't know. Trevor, and I'm not because of Travis Hunter, because of Trevor Lawrence. I think he has to take the team on his shoulders like he did that one year.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's just gone down a hill, man. I mean, maybe it's the injuries, but he's just like,
Yeah, who knows, man?
You said what?
I said, who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows?
Trevor, he's just an interesting player because he was seen as like a top quarterback a couple years ago, and then he just took a really bad deep dive. And I know he's battled, like he's had to overcome some injuries. You know what I mean? But it's like he just I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go on with Trevor Lawrence this year. And then Cam Ward, first year. Obviously, Titans probably aren't doing much this year, but he'll probably try to make some noise.
If the Patriots can win their games against Pittsburgh, that could set them up for success. Miami, those I'm trying to circle all the wild card teams. If you play the Chargers, that's a big game too.
I don't think we play the Chargers.
Play the Chargers. Okay. I know you
I
play.
don't think we do.
I know you play the Dolphins twice. So yeah, if you those games, play the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if the Raiders are going to be any good this year.
Yeah, you got Pittsburgh. I mean, as far as like AFC
you can stack some wins.
Teams,
you could.
As far as like possible AFC wildcard teams, you got the Steelers, you got Miami, who you will be playing.
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. You got so you do play the whole AFC North. Looks like. Titans again. Titans. They probably won't be contending, but again, every AFC win counts. So. That could be something. I mean, as I'm looking at your schedule, you guys definitely could get a decent amount of wins.
You got to start 1-0. You're playing at home against the Raiders on week 1. So.
Yeah, you're in Boston at home against the Raiders. So, I mean, that's. I mean, if you start off week 1 with a win, I feel like that's momentum just heading into, just set the tone.
Yeah, set the tone.
Yeah, just set the tone for the year.
And then going into that Steelers game, sitting at 1-1 or 2-0, depending if you beat Miami.
You got Miami week 2.
Huge.
Yeah, you do got Miami week 2.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
And damn, Carolina, Buffalo, New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, you guys can stack wins. I mean, 10 isn't a pipe dream. You know what I mean? It's not a pipe dream. So, you know what I'm saying? We will check back in with you after the season,
Let's do it.
Just to see, you know what I'm saying, where they ended up, what went right, what could have went wrong, We'll check back in with you to see how it goes. But, I mean, you're setting your expectations really, I mean, from 4 wins to 10 wins is a huge leap in 1 year. So, we'll see if the Patriots can do it. Crazier things have happened, like you said. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks come in, get some weapons, and change a whole franchise around in a year. You know what I mean? So it's not impossible. So, I mean, if you guys do it, hats off.
I do want to mention that we didn't touch on Josh McDaniels. I think that's also another big
Josh McDaniels.
We haven't had a real OC since him. We had Alex Van Pelt. We had who I forgot what his name was, but he used to be the head coach of the Texans. He coached.
Talk about just forgot his name.
He coaches college now. Yeah.
Was he like a defensive coordinator who was trying to be an offensive coordinator?
Matt Patricia?
No. Yeah, did you?
Matt Patricia at one point was our OC.
You did have Matt Patricia. Okay, you did have Matt Patricia.
It was the year after Patricia, and he started in New England, right? I'm forgetting what the guy's name is, but he coached DeAndre Hopkins. He had like a weird looking chin.
Bill O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, there you go. It was the weird.
So like.
It's weird looking
right,
shit.
but like I feel like McDaniels is a QB whisperer, right? Like Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler under him, right? So like if he can take Mac Jones to the Pro Bowl, imagine what he can unlock with Drake May,
I mean, Mac Jones did. That's why I didn't want you guys to give up on Mac Jones.
2021, your playoff year, was that the last time? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
When they were rock solid that year.
Okay.
Yeah, in 2021. That's why, like, when you guys gave up on Mac, I was like,
McCorkle.
I mean, Mac wasn't the, but I guess maybe with Patricia back now. I mean, I'm sorry, not Patricia. With McDaniels back now, as the OC, is that what is kind of like making you feel like May could be throwing for that over 24 touchdowns this year? Like
The addition of Diggs. Like I want to see what Diggs looks like in this system. Because like Edelman looked good in it, Wes Welker looked good in it. Obviously, Randy Moss looked good in it, right? So like, I want to see what Diggs looks like. Like McDaniels can scheme a lot of things, so I just want to see him scheme. And also, Hunter Henry had his best year ever under McDaniels.
He did have a great year last year. Henry, I mean, was he a Pro Bowler last year?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, all right. But no, he did. He was like their
solid,
top. Yeah. He was their top pass. He was like your guys' top pass catcher last year, right? If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have a familiar weapon with Hunter Henry, and then you get a new weapon with Stephon Diggs. So that could pan out. I mean, we could see Drake May throw for 24 plus this year.
I got the under. I looked at his previous stats: 15 touchdowns, 10 picks. That's a large jump to go up to 24 and what interceptions? Oh, we should do an interceptions over under.
Yeah, he's got to clean that up.
Over under.
I think. What did he last year? 10. I think he cuts it down to. I think it's maybe like 8 or 9. I think it's under double digits. But like I still think he throws quite a few. But you got to remember, man, he was a rookie, and then he started halfway through the year, right? So like he threw 15, and he came in like week 3 or 4, right? So imagine he starts the whole year, maybe he throws 18, 19, right? So who knows? Last year, right? So
I feel like he deserves the benefit of the doubt because again, this will be a new system under a new coach, under a new offensive coordinator, with different schemes, different game plans on how they plan to attack different defenses. So, I mean, I feel like he can get the benefit of the doubt going into this year. I mean, we don't know what Drake May can do now that you have somebody who's familiar with the organization as an offensive coordinator in McDaniels. You have somebody who's familiar with the organization because he played there in a coach with Vrabel. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, Drake May could be successful.
I mean, so the last time we talked with him about the Patriots back in 2022, he said they potentially could win the division, right? And I'm not trying to bash you. This is a little bit of hopium for you. So now he's not going to win the division, and they finished last place in 2022, or at least third or fourth. So now he's picking them to be third or fourth, or third or maybe second. I don't know. What if they take the reins and take over for the Bills?
That would be
reverse
insane.
Psychology here.
But we're right there. We're right there.
I feel like that would mean at least 12
That
wins.
would mean a bad year for the Bills.
That would mean a really bad year for the Bills, but that would mean at least 12 wins for you guys going into the end of the year. At least.
And we were bashing.
At least. You know?
I remember. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
No. That was it.
No, I was just going to say, remember we were talking about how bad the Dolphins are going to be, and that was when Tua broke out in 2022 and threw 6 touchdowns on our defense.
Was that comeback win?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes. But I'm still not a fan of Tua. I don't care. I know he's played way better than he has than projected, but I'm just not a Tua fan. I don't think he gets it done in the big moments.
I think McDaniels is on the hot seat, but that's another conversation.
Mike McDaniel.
I think Mike McDaniels is on the hot seat this year. I mean, because they've had rosters to contend. It's just they haven't done anything with them.
The Dolphins don't scare me. You could easily beat them. I really think
we have. We have at least. So, But yeah, man. I mean, Patriots 10 wins. Is it attainable? We just got to see at the end of the season if you guys can do it. I know you also believe that you'll beat us. We will revisit that when the time comes.
We should bring him on.
We should bring you back.
We should bring you back
after that game, just to see what happens. We'll see. We'll bring you back after that game. Just that. But Shaw, brother, thank you for joining us this evening. It was fun. It's always fun talking Patriots and just football with you in general. Again, we're gonna have to check back in with you because you got some big goals for this team going into this year. So we're gonna have to check back in with you at the end of the year, see if you guys attained those goals. And again, what went right, what went wrong. We're gonna just to pick your brain, about what's going into either if you guys do potentially make it to the postseason.
Yeah.
But as always, brother, thank you for joining us. Of course we gotta have you on again soon.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks for having me. This was fun. Always a good time with you guys. I look forward to the next link up.
Perfect. Well, folks, you heard it here first. Patriots are getting 10 wins. So we're gonna end it on that note. Thank you guys all again for joining us on Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. That's Rashad. We'll catch you guys next time as training camp begins next week. We'll bring you guys some more from training camp. But until now, signing off.
You guys.